Hi everyone, welcome to this self-check section 1.4 video. So let's go ahead and answer this one question that says you are concerned about the effects of texting on driving performance. You want to design a study to test the response time of drivers while texting and while driving only. How many seconds does it take for a driver to respond when a leading car hits the brakes? So let's go ahead and design this study. So we need to identify the explanatory variables and the response variables in the study. So let's go ahead and state what our explanatory variable is. So explanatory variable is going to be driving while texting. Okay, so that's our explanatory variable. And our response variable, what we're trying to determine is the number, excuse me, seconds it takes a driver to respond. Okay, so that's our explanatory variable, and that's our response variable. So now what are the treatments? The treatments are what the test subjects are doing. So the treatments would be driving while texting. So that's one of the treatments, and driving while not texting. So part C now is what should you consider when selecting participants? So what we will want to consider is consider selecting a random sample of drivers that represent the population. You want to be able to pick participants that represent the population. Okay, so part D is your research partner wants to divide participants randomly into two groups, one to drive without distraction and one to text and drive simultaneously. Is that a good idea? Why or why not? So this is actually not a good idea, mainly because it's not very safe and someone could get hurt. Could get hurt, not safe. So part E saying identify any lurking variables that could interfere with the study. Maybe we're testing to see if texting and driving affects performance, but what other things can affect driving performance? So perhaps the driver, excuse me, perhaps the driver could be sick, or the driver could be tired, or the driver could be distracted by something else. Okay, so these are possible lurking variables that can affect the study besides just texting. Maybe the driver didn't get enough sleep, maybe they're getting over a cold, something along those lines. Lastly, how can blinding be used in the study? So, blinding for the driver can't be blinded because they are driving and they would know whether they're texting or not. So, blinding cannot be done on the driver because the driver would know whether they are texting or not. So, from the perspective of the driver, we cannot blind the driver, but you actually can blind the researcher. So, blinding can be used on the researcher, timing the driver, timing their response time. Okay, we can not tell the researcher who is texting and who is not. So that's the way blinding can be done, but it cannot be a double blinding, just one single blinding on the researcher. But that's it for this self-check video for section 1.4. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.